How's it going, guys? We are back in another video here, and this video is going to be me opening my fantasy bound set and also opening the moments packs, alright? So I'm going to show you guys how you get these if you haven't figured that out already, but I'm also going to get into some other stuff in this video. So make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you've not already, top of the video right now. So here we go. So basically, to get these two moments packs, essentially you have to play through two moments, and basically in these packs here, you can get any of the moments cards that were released so far in this year. So you can get the 91 Subban, you can get the 95 Rantanen. Yeah, and basically you have to score 4 goals here, and you get 20 minutes in the third period to do it. So it's not, unrealistic. It's on All-Star, so it could be a little bit challenging. But, with the green one-timers, nothing's impossible in this game. And then, of course, the last one's on Superstar, which one, it can be a little bit challenging, but it's 2 real-time minutes that you have to achieve this in. So, again, it's not unrealistic. Obviously, you can go to overtime and also win it there, so I wouldn't really worry too much about it. But once you do that, you can get the 2 moment packs. And again, funny enough, I played someone yesterday in Rivals where they actually had the 95 Rantanen untradeable, so I'm pretty sure they got them from the moments probably, right? Because what other packs are they really... Well, I guess they could open the moments packs in theory, right? But still, pretty crazy, all right? But before we get into the actual pack openings here, that's something I want to talk about when it comes to, I guess, the next Friday, right? Like, are we going to be getting a new event here? Are we getting a new event on Friday? That's the $1 million question, because the Stanley Cup playoff sets do expire here in 6 days. So that's, in 2 days, and 4 hours here. And, it leads you to believe that there's going to be something new, right? But are they going to completely end the Stanley Cup playoff event? That I find kind of hard to believe. So, I don't know. I don't really know why the sets would be expiring because, I guess they could just have 2 weeks of having these MSPs out, and then I guess, Friday hits, and then they have, 5 new MSPs, and then the same thing they have the next week, and then it's just 2 weeks to make the cards. But it's kind of strange. I don't know. Everything just kind of feels a little bit off at this event. I feel like we're really going to only have Stanley Cup MSPs for the next, 2 months, essentially. Like, that would kind of suck. So hopefully that's not the case. But, we'll see, of course, right? And then another thing, guys, I would always say, like, if you're trying to make the fantasy balance set here, so here it is, obviously, of course you need either just 85 pluses, or if you need, 87 pluses, and 89 pluses, right? So you're probably wondering, well, Henreek, what if I have no 85 pluses at all, right? Well, if you have overalls that are lower than 85, I can give you a little bit of a help here, I guess, to potentially use certain cards here. And the best way to do it is in the Team of the Week sets. And it's unfortunate that's the way, really it is, but you get 85s, right? So essentially here, you go here, you traded 83 Team of the Weeks to get 85 Team of the Weeks, right? And yeah, you get 85 overalls. And I know they're Team of the Weeks, but obviously, if you're getting 85 overalls, that's very beneficial, right? Obviously, that's, again, not probably the way you want to do it, but it's just the other way if you don't have any 85s or any 87s or any 89s, right? Like, that, if you really have nothing in your collection to trade in, that would probably be the most logical thing to do. I still have 91 OVs. I don't know. I'm probably not going to make another 91. I'm not going to make another Team of the Week, so I'll just keep those 91s, honestly, in my collection at this point, I'd say. But yeah, another thing I guess you could do now is they did release more exchange sets. So I guess in theory you could trade, if you're trying to get 85s, you could, I guess, technically trade in your 82 pluses here. But it's a gamble. You know what I mean? It's a gamble, right? Because you could end up getting 84s, and then the 84s are also useless. But I guess, I don't know. It's a tricky thing, because then you get 84s, and then you can trade them in, I guess, here. And then, yeah, I don't know. Probably the best case scenario is I guess trading in your 84s for 86s, 87s, and then just trading those in for, the fantasy collectibles, right? Because definitely I have some 84s, I would assume, yeah, and I do. So, I can, I guess, trade those in, because realistically, I don't really envision 84s having much value the rest of the year. I just don't. Because if they're gonna keep doing fantasy cards each round, I would assume probably it's not gonna really be not going to probably be the same overalls, though, right? So you got to think that eventually 85 pluses won't really have any value for the fantasy cards they keep releasing, right? Because if they really going to be releasing 93 overall fantasy cards for the Stanley Cup Final, that kind of would make sense to me, at least. But I don't know. That's just my opinion, at least. But yeah, I guess probably I'm going to start just trading in my 84s here for this. Because, again, there's really no reason to not. Like, I mean, realistically, what am I doing with 84s? You know, there's nothing I'm doing with them. There's just absolutely nothing I'm doing with 84 overalls. I don't plan to make any, you know, X Factors or, you know, team builders or whatever. So you might as well do this. Get your 86, 87 overalls and then just, you know, I guess use them, right? I guess in other, in the other sets. Let's see. Am I got an 86 or 87? We're going to get a Team of the Week, of course. And we get an 87 Barrett Hayton. There you go. What a card. But, yeah, I think you might as well just do that. Either this is a Team of the Week set, whatever you think is, you know, more affordable to you. Because, obviously, the 82 plus you can get a potential 85. But, again, right, it's potential, right? That's what's kind of scary about it. So, keep that in mind, obviously. But I would probably avoid this set because, yeah, you're trading 82s and you might get an 84. Then what are you going to do with the 84? Yes, you can trade the 84, you know, in this set, but then you're going to end up losing cards, I feel like, in the end, which doesn't really make much sense at all here. So just, you know, keep that in mind as well. But, yeah, I mean, I would always just try to make the bounce set at least, guys. You know, if you don't have a lot in your collection, at least try to make the bounce set just to feel like you're a part of the event. You know, that's always what I like to try to do. So definitely get involved by at least doing that. And of course, I always like to mention it as well. If you're like brand new to the game here and you don't know about it, there are fantasy moments here you can still do. If you've never done them before, you can go all the way to the back here. And basically here, if you do these if you do these moments, you actually can end up with a total of 4 fantasy collectibles, and then you only need 2 collectibles to essentially make the fantasy bounce set. So, yeah, let me know, guys, if you have any other questions. But I think it's just about time to hop in to the packs now. Who's live right now? Tupac. I don't believe it. I'm stunned. All right, here we go. Open up our first pack. Here we go. First card. 88 Letty. Please. 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 Give me Subban, please. We did get a 91. We did get a 91. The Believers, they get rewarded. I'll take that though. I mean, listen, we need the collection back on track, so I'm definitely not opposed to that. We'll take that. Bang! It is Granlund. Let's go. I lost my day's ruined. I'm taking a haul. Packs are rigged. Clip it. Here we go. What do we got? And of course I got banned. Oh my god. Well, go Stars. Go Jamie. That's a bound fantasy pack. It's 6 fantasy collectibles. So there you have it, guys. Not amazing for the fantasy. I kind of wanted Hall, right? Because I already made Hall now after I did that bounce set. Because, well, I was looking for the Taylor Hall for my all-time Devils team. You know, that makes the most sense. And then, of course, the Moments packs, I'm not too mad about. Because, you know, getting a 91 overall is pretty decent. I mean, pretty decent fodder considering there's a lot of, like, 88s and stuff. I could have got just 2 88s and, you know, that would have been it, right? I was looking for 91 Subban, though, for my all-time Devils build. But it is what it is. What do you guys think of these packs? And have you guys opened your Moments yet? And what did you get in it? And have you done your Bound Fantasy set? Who did you get in that? Are you happy with them? Let me know in the comment section down below. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Subscribe if you're new here. Follow me on Twitch, Henreek. I am live there every single day. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and I get 3 E's. And I'll see you guys all in the next video.